Welcome to the Mazith Show. I'm your host, Carl Stanley, and I'll be your guide to the magical world of Mazith, a world with a vast history, diverse cultures, and unique races. Today's episode is going to be about arachnoids. Now, arachnoids are very elusive, and we were unable to get you any film footage of them, but we do have a couple drawings, and we do have some footage of their pets doing some amazing, incredible things, as well as a human later on doing some interesting work with one of the weapons described in today's campaign. Now, today's campaign is called The Quest for the Mother's Silk, and it really requires you to have a little bit of backstory and understanding about arachnid culture. To begin with, the clan we are discussing tonight is called the Clan of the Orb Weaver. Now, they make these beautiful floating baskets out of their webs that they put candles in the center that fly off into the night sky glowing. That's really neat and all, but it is not the neat secret that truly makes the Orb Weaver clan so special and so powerful within the arachnid society. What really makes them unique is they are the only ones who know the secret ingredient that they digest that allows their webbing to become fireproof. Now, this secret is kept within the family. One of the interesting things about arachnid cultures is that you, as a female arachnid being born into the family, you are forced to have 3 litters of children, 3 nests of children before you give them, and you give those children away to your mother. You don't get to keep them, they're not yours, they're part of your mother's empire. After you've had and raised these 3 litters for your mother, you're allowed to leave the empire, or your house as it's called, and go form your own house, or you're allowed to stay forever. Now, this story takes place with a woman named Spindle. She's kind of going to be our villain today, and she gave her 3 generations of children to her mother, raised a 4th, and when her mother came to her and said, "Do you wish to be part of our clan forever, or do you wish to go form your own?" She goes, "I want to be part of your clan forever, mother. Please teach me the secrets of how we make fireproof webbing." After she learned that secret, she went off and started her own clan, because she invented a neat way, another ingredient she found, that if she ate that along with the secret Orb Weaver ingredient, her webbing became covered in this sticky, almost paste-like fire ingredient that literally allowed the webbings to ignite when lit, but still would not burn, almost like a napalm on the web. And that's the bits of information I needed to give you so that you could understand tonight's quest a little bit better. I hope you enjoy. This is Carl again, and tonight's mini quest is called The Quest for the Mother's Silk. I'll be playing the part of the Game Master tonight.
Hi, my name's Tim. I'll be playing the main villain, Spindle Orb Weaver.
I'm Zach. I'm going to be playing Kirith, head servant, head loyal servant, and chief problem solver of the Orb Weaver Den.
My name's Josh. I'm playing a slave to the Orb Weaver clan.
Hi, I'm Nancy. I'm playing Fabian. She's the daughter who's going to go teach her sister a lesson.
Okay, Fabian. You're woken early morning, but still earlier than you normally would awaken, by a knock at your door. And you walk over, get your little, top gown on for the cover of the top part of you, and open the door, find one of your mother's guards there, or servants, I should say, not necessarily guards, dressed in the traditional dark black and red clothing of your family. He looks at you and goes, "Forgive me for disturbing you, my lady, but the den mother wishes to speak with you immediately. You're to follow me, not that I'm giving you an order or anything. Purely instructing you what your mother wishes."
A brief moment to get some other clothing on.
Yes, of course. I will wait out here for you. So you close the door.
Quickly change and grab my bow and take off to follow him to my mother's chambers.
Okay. You walk along the dark hallways for a few moments. It's still early morning, so none of your other siblings or their slaves or any of the house servants or guards are really up. And you get brought into the central chamber of your mother to see her two most loyal assassins. Really, they're the problem solvers and the danger. Anytime your mother wants to make a statement about killing someone or make a statement about torturing someone, she does it through these two. It kind of immediately frightens you, like you're oh crap, what did I do, type of situation. She looks at you and says, "My dear, please come forward. Do not fear. This is not about you."
Okay, I walk forward.
She says, "You are familiar with your older sister Spindle and her house just down the way?"
Yes.
Well, she is now claiming a different last name and claiming to take our family's recipe of her own to her own clan, even though she swore allegiance. You know, like I gave you the choice, I have given her the choice to leave after her her third nesting. She chose to stay loyally forever. Now she claims that she is going to be different than us, and don't worry, our family secrets are safe with her. This is not allowed. If I allow this to happen, many of your other older brothers and sisters will split off from us and we will lose face amongst the houses. I want you to take my two best servants here. Take them with you and leave your older sister alive, of course, but crippled, and leave her with no slaves left there, no servants, no children. Take them all back for our house. Any that refuse to come with you, put them down.
Okay. Not a problem.
So you continue walking down the hallway. It's a pretty decent, nice, dark stones. As I said, it's still early morning, so no one's really out and about.
Do I see a little cubby area that I can duck into for a minute?
Well, there's like a 20 by 20 little cornered area where there's a shelf, a couple candles, a black altar book to Arachnond. It's basically a little prayer chapel area that you could duck into.
Okay, I'm gonna step into that and motion for them to come in
Follow.
there.
Of course.
And then I want to say, I know that you have much more experience than I've seen. This is my first thing I'm doing for my mother. So, if you have anything to say when others aren't around, of course, feel free to express your opinion on what's going on.
Don't show fear or weakness, even when you have doubt in yourself. That's all I can say for you right now.
And thank you for this privilege. And I'm with you 100%.
Thank you. And we'll continue down the hallway towards the main part of the town.
Okay. The three of you reach out to quite quickly actually, through your little tiny house. Even though it's the leader's house, she actually lives in a quite smaller of the homes. Mainly because she has already larger slave quarters built behind it. You guys step out of you're still underground, obviously, because you're arachnoids. And there's about in your den. There's about 15 different little houses. Most of the people you see walking down the streets are dark elves. But most of them are either enslaved or are not necessarily free to move around. They're moving as indentured servants with their master, or for on a deed for their master, like both of you two are. Fabian, you've been to your sister's house at least once before, so you find no problem in making it there. You pass by a small ceremony where there's a slave auction going on for young arachnoid women to buy their first slave from outside their own house. Mainly it's dark elf males, but there are a few dark elf females and a few arachnoid males there in the auction. You make it to the first house, where you see it's got a large wooden door, 2 iron gates out front with 2 guards pacing back and forth between the gates, like it's a fence line with a gate, tunnelway where they're kind of like almost like a dog walk
Dark
area.
elves?
Both of them are dark elves, yes. And then there's another gate. And then on the other back part, there's the whole house built into the side of the catacombs. Like most of the places here, it's built into the catacombs that were once originally used by either the Wilted Rose or the CO. So they don't necessarily have the most logical plotting. Some of them go just straight, or some of them are catacomb-like, very twisty with different rooms. So you never know what you're going to find.
Okay, I'm going to point to the first one that I see that is closest to us, and tell them to go take care of that one, and I will take care of the other one.
Understood.
And I want to take and load my bow and target the second one.
Okay, so from the alley where you guys are at, she's basically pointing out for you guys to take the first one, and then she starts targeting the second one a little bit further into the fence line.
Okay. Approximately how many feet or yards are we away from them?
At this moment, you're only really 20-25 feet away or so, but there is a chain link fence in between you and the guard.
Okay.
There's 2 chain link fences in between the guards she's trying to go after.
Okay, I'm gonna load my crossbow.
Alright.
I'll try and I'll get a running start towards the chain link fence and a backflip over the fence and try and land as silent as possible.
Okay, you have parkour and acrobatics already, right?
Martial arts and acrobatics.
Martial arts.
Aerial combat.
Plus aerial combat. Okay. Could you do me a favor and just make a dex check? 2d10. 2, 8, 10. Totally made it. Okay, no problem. So you have also stealth, so go ahead and roll me a percentage dice. Under your stealth check. 33, successfully made it. You land quietly while both guards are kind of doing their pass moment and backing each other. They're kind of talking like, hey man, it's a boring night. You quietly, stealthily land on the other side of the fence. You have the target on the guy still. Nancy's got the target on the other guy.
Pull out 2 of my daggers, put target and throw them at both of their necks.
I know you two have cooperative movement because it's in your story plot for being the assassin team together. Go ahead and roll both of your attacks. That's UD20 and UDT20 as well there. Six. That's a hit for you, isn't it? Yeah. And 7 hit for you as well. One of you have assassination, don't you?
Yes.
Go ahead and make your assassination roll, because at this moment it is an unknown attack, meaning if you make your assassination roll and the hit, it's an instant death. who failed the assassination hit. But at least you both still hit. So go ahead and roll your damage on the first guy. While that's being done, Nancy, you can go ahead and get your shot off before he knows that that his friend's being hit. 11. I'm going to give him the accidental dodge. This means instead of dodging on his normal dice type, he would dodge one dice type higher, because of the fact that he might just be walking away and you miss your targeting at that exact moment. Or he might see something on the ground, bend over and pick it up, something like that line. And fails. Okay, so go ahead and roll your arrows damage, your daggers damage, and roll your crossbow bolt damage. 3. You were doing 2 daggers, I believe, weren't you?
Yeah.
And 4 is 7. Almost. He's starting to fall already. Go ahead and do your bolt into him.
This.
7 points of damage. Nice. That's 14 to him. Dead. Both of you can take... seeing as you actually made the kill, go ahead and you take the kill point. You go ahead and take 1 assist point. Making it...
7 on the hit.
You did 7 damage to the second one? He drops to one knee. He's going to make a constitution check.
Might never state what I was actually doing. I was doing split target. I was doing a dagger at both people.
Oh, I apologize. I forgot the fact that you had split targeting, new campaign, new characters. I'll remember by next fight. You hit 1 with 4. That was 3 and 1 for 4 then.
Yeah.
So not 7. So yours, you did 7.
7 plus 3 is 10.
Plus the 4 plus the 7 over there. That's 2 dead, dropped, and you can both take the kill points, and you can take a full kill point for the 2 assist.
Okay.
So minus that 1 assist point you took earlier and take a full kill. Okay. That's...
Very silently done.
Very silently done, yeah. Very epically.
And then using...
Two bodies dropped.
My webs, can I get over the fence quietly?
You have your mother's key. She hasn't had time to change the lock, so you still can just walk right up and open up the gates.
Okay.
Here I am jumping over it, and she has the key.
Right, but you stealthily jumped over it. That was very well done. Okay, so you guys move up to the front door quietly and stealthily. Again, you have the key to open it. Okay, so as you start opening the gates...
I'll walk and go hide the bodies that we took out.
Okay, so back in the alley you guys came out of?
Or in the bushes next to the house if there were any.
Not too many bushes. There's a few
Then yeah, I'll throw them back
cave plants that grow, but not like bushes really. Okay, so you throw them back over the fence, hide them in the back in the alley, or bring them back through the gate, either one, and then head in through the cave door. You open up the door to find a nice, I believe it's a 40 by 40 room. You come into a 40 by 40 room with 3 doors. The door you came in, 1 door on the north wall and 1 door on the east wall. There's a small half a wall set up where you could see in times of war people could sit there behind and duck down with crossbows and point at the main door you just came in. There's no one there now ducked behind the wall or anything that you can see, but there is 1 arachnoid and 3 dark elf males in the room there, standing in the room that you just came into, standing there with guards, as guard basically troops.
Hello. My name is Fabian. I am your mistress' sister.
The one arachnid man comes forward. Good day. He lowers his head down deep and says, good day, madam. The guards did not announce you. You gave us a bit of a fright.
We kind of did away with those. We're not here on a peaceful mission. My mother has sent me to either convince you to come back to her house and be faithful to her once again, or to die here today.
why would we not be faithful to the mother? I mean,
My sister has taken it on herself to claim another last name, which means that she is going against the practices of our house, and she is taking our secret recipe and doctoring it to her own needs, which in my mother's eyes is not okay, and in mine also, which is why we are here.
I, like many of the others here, were a gift from the Great Queen to our current master here when she left the house to form what we thought was an extension of our queen.
I think it started out that way, but then she got greedy. You know how power is.
Go ahead and roll me a charisma check just to see if that's influencing this in any way, shape, or form. 1 and 3. Well, you certainly made your charisma check. He says, he looks to the other servants there and says, "Shall we escort you to the queen? I mean, we certainly wouldn't want to see any of our other fellow housemates fall because of her faulty actions."
One of you can take me there. The others can go get others that will be as faithful as you to start the quest back to Mother.
Understood. You see the main elf, the dark elf, starts spreading off out the northern door, while the Arachnond stays with you now and the other two of you, and starts headed out the east door, turning south. This tunnel is not as nice as what you guys are used to at your home. It's not been kept clean in any way, shape, or form. It's not, the place isn't heated like your guys' home is. You can tell the sister here is not doing the traditional house mother jobs, of taking care of her slaves and her people and her servants.
I'm going to kind of not write it down, but I'm going to document this also. I can report everything I see back to Mother so that she will know that I'm doing everything that I has been sent here to do.
Understood. Okay. You've been here before, as I said, and you really didn't need this guy to escort you there, but he escorts you right towards a secret door in the wall. Okay, you enter into the doorway, and immediately you see there Spindle, who you're standing there with your bodyguard, who you'll be making actions for both you and the bodyguard for this. You see your sister, who you've had multiple altercations with in the past. You were the typical older sister who did the kind of bullying thing. If she had a slave she wanted to buy, you bought it because you got first dibs, things like that as an older sister. But, we all do every day, right? Don't you buy your older sister's slaves, you see them, but you're even more afraid of the fact that you see your two mother's known assassins. I mean, you've seen these two when you were younger take out people that pissed off your mother in different ways. Like the one Arachnoid who's named
Akatosh.
Akatosh, thank you there. Akatosh would shoot his web up high on the wall, and then Kirith would climb across that web with her little agile body and wait there hanging upside down like a bat, basically, until their target would come underneath and drop down on them at the same time, the whole time with Agaroth ready with his crossbow there to kill anything that moved to interfere. So these things they don't just kill, but they kill publicly to shame for your mother. So that your mother has ignored your letters, everything's gone bad, they're here to kill you. At that moment, let's pretty much start with an initial roll just to see who starts acting first. If the people coming in, you three bust into the door and are now available in there, all three of you.
Ready to...
Okay, go ahead and while they plot there, you go ahead and roll. 5, Nancy, and why don't you roll, Sereth, for your team?
You got a 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. You got a 4.
Do I have a flame net? Or any type of net?
No, you still have the balls of webbing that are like your compressed sticky web that has a little, one of the harder web handles that allows you to throw it from, that you have soaked into your flammable liquid that you use.
That's what he has, yeah. Alright.
And he can easily use them, he uses them 2 different directions. He can throw them at people as a missile weapon, and he also uses them much like people use poi rope, if you've ever seen that. It's where, or spinning, where they have the little fire at the end and the chains, and they're spinning around. You've seen that type of stuff? Yeah, it's called poi, is its actual proper Hawaiian term. Okay, so you guys got the 5, starting with you.
I'll start by saying, Sister, Mother has sent me here because you have dishonored our house by trying to take a different name and by going against the code of our house, by taking the recipe and doing what you wish with it. She has asked for us to come here and take your house down. That means you can either come back with me or you can fight for your house. But let it be known that if you fight, your loyal subjects will die and you will be left here beaten and hurt.
Making a honor roll.
You mean you can't make up your mind, so you're rolling percentage dice, in other words?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nope, still not above 60. I'll draw the sword in the flaming ball of webs.
That's the bodyguard drawing the flaming ball of webs. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, you guys have, it's already been determined you guys have the initiative, so now that the talking's actions are kind of over, the free actions, as some would say.
Okay, she goes first.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot webbing at my sister to tie her hands together like shackles or handcuffs.
Okay.
60 hit.
Hit.
Alright, so as,
Dodged. Jumps back.
as this is happening, I'm gonna slide underneath Akatosh's legs and
They'll throw him up
I'm
in
gonna
the
grab my
air.
ankles and throw me at the sister.
You have parkour, acrobatics, and what was the other one on there? Aerial acrobatics?
Aerial.
Acrobatics, martial arts, and aerial combat.
Aerial combat, yeah.
Quick draw, dual weapon, split target.
And you guys have...
I'm targeting the legs. He's throwing me.
You also have cooperative movement, so I'm not gonna... Normally I would have to have you roll a whole bunch of stuff, but you guys are able of just doing this action. Where's he throwing you at?
I'm sliding underneath the legs to attack the legs of the sister.
Gotcha, so he's flinging you at the sister.
Yes.
Okay. Roll to hit. 19 double tripler death as you he literally flings you across the stone floor, sliding over at the sister, cutting with the short swords. 19 double tripler death. Roll it. Did your dual weapon? That's 2 short swords, doubled for the 2, so the double damage. I don't know why you rolled that. You need your short swords. Oops, off the table. Try again. 4 and 8. Nice. For a total of 12 doubled.
It's going through all of the
Yeah, that's 12 points, 24 points of damage to the legs. That's like almost half your life there. Just slicing you down. Drops 2 legs off, the front 2 legs of you. You're crippled and falling forward. You are not making an action, I'm afraid. You're screaming for this next round. Making it... That was your guys' actions, yours, but your bodyguard is still there. Actually, the bodyguard would have got a cover, actually, to try to knock him out of the way in time. sliding under. I'm
He
still
drew
gonna.
a weapon.
I'm still gonna give the bodyguard cover.
Okay.
That's it. That's his job. His life has been all about training to do this specific mission. Failed. Okay, so he tried to jump. When he sees you sliding, he tries to block you, but fails completely. You slide over and manage to cut the 2 legs off. You drop to the ground screaming, making it bodyguard's action.
Oh, second action? Because it's covered.
Yeah, cover. He jumped over there to try to do that. Now the second action to...
I don't know. I'm at his back right now, right? Because he.
Correct.
All right.
So you got the little dark elf girl's back, who just slid off your master's legs.
Oh yeah. I gotta have to do something about that for a second.
Which, by the way, take a kill point already just for completing one of the mission goals of crippling the sister, as your master told you to do.
Okay.
Assist? Yeah.
Yes, definitely take an assist point.
Alright. First action. Catch this shit on fire. Second action. Throw it at her back.
You already took the first action to try covering. I know that normally doesn't take an action, but because it was such an extreme distance and action that you needed to do, I'm causing you to take your first action to do that. You can roll percentage dice to try to do the simultaneous light and throw if you want. Above 50, I'll let you get it off.
Right.
Below 50, though, you fail and start burning yourself a little bit before you throw. I'll still let you get the attack off, but you're going to take a little damage yourself.
Alright. 0.6.
0.6, that's a little below 50.
It's a little below.
That's like as low as you possibly get.
Oh, that's 5 points lower.
Okay, so you still can roll to hit, but you're gonna take one. The weapon normally does 2d10, so you're gonna take 1d10 to yourself first. 10 max damage, man.
Wow.
You light it, but you were in such a rush. The ball on the stick on the little rope-like handle falls back across your wrist and sticks some of the sticky to the side of your wrist with that napalm-like burn going off before you throw it. So even though you throw it and can hit, which you did with a 10, make a dodge there, you're still there, Spender, as bodyguard, gonna have to put yourself out because your wrist has got a 3rd-degree burn across, and you jump out of the way, dodge back. The little flaming ball goes over you, leaving you turning this whole thing and burn both your own characters. You're, for a villain, you're dying quite graciously. Thank you.
Can I attack?
Yeah, because Spindle's lost his action just screaming and dealing with the loss of legs. The bodyguard took his actions, making it Fabian's action.
And I'm gonna call shot the wrist that he just got on fire to with my bow.
Roll to hit. That's a hit. Make a dodge there, bodyguard.
Still.
3 not dodged. 8 points of damage. Nice. Stuck in the chest.
So it's at 18
No,
now?
so I was shooting at the hand that was on fire.
Okay.
So
It's just like through the wrist, but
yeah, it just went through his arm.
Okay. Your flaming arm is now bleeding and flaming and quite wounded. It's pretty much useless. If you had dual weapon, you're out, and that was your main attack weapon, so you're going to be at -2 to hit while swinging with the other hand with whatever you're doing. Making it your action is just to fire the crossbow again at him? Because we're recording this for sound. Pointing your fingers at him like a gun and shooting back and forth.
I'm just asserting my. I feel good pointing a gun at Tim.
What's your action there?
To shoot his other hand.
Roll to hit. Called shot. -5 penalty.
9.
Hit. Try to dodge there. wounded, flaming bodyguard. Not dodged. Wounded. Make your damage there, partner. D6 plus 1.
How much life does this guy have?
He only had the 25, so he's...
It's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. He's fainting here. He's making a constitution check to stay awake because he's bleeding out quick. In fact, on his action, he's going to probably burn to death.
I'll go pull out my arrows.
It's not, you already took your extra to shoot.
Oh, just this one?
38. No, that's correct. You're still standing. Barely. Making it your action there, team partner, Dark Elf Girl.
I'm going to quick draw 2 daggers and throw them at the sister's shoulders.
Throw them at the sister's shoulders. Got you. Roll to hit. $11 hit. Sister tries to dodge. Not dodged.
Nothing dodges on it, too.
Nothing dodges on a 2. 3. 1. 4 points of damage to you. You were already not making a good action of things. You're now, both shoulders are stuck. Use your arms.
How much does Spindel has?
Huh?
How much?
Spindel had 75, but she's lost her legs. She's
25 minus whatever that was.
Yeah, that was another 5, so another 30.
Can I go?
Total of 30 altogether.
Can I go to the?
Yeah, and the bleeding damage plus another 10 from the bleeding that you take.
Can I go to the injured? Is there any way I can heal him?
All right.
Heal the guard and try and get him to come back to our house.
So basically, you're leaning down and
Telling
saying
him die or come with us.
Honor. Anything, I'm dead, so anything above 30, I'm gonna take. But if it's below 30, I'm gonna be like, for honor. 92. Alright, yeah, sure, yeah, totally. I'm with you guys. Let's kill this bitch.
The bodyguard's like...
I'll hit all bandage his wounds and stuff and...
Okay, so... Because you now have the chief bodyguard, the chief son, everybody else in the clan basically falls in line as you march this half-wounded, bleeding, you bandage her up so she doesn't die, but you drag her through her own house, gathering up her own slaves and bringing her back shamed to the family. Congratulations. You have protected the mother's silk from being sold or used by a different clan and a different household.
Should we burn this place?
No, this was your mother's house. She gave it to her daughter to go and run. It'll probably become yours once you finished off your 3rd litter there, Fabian. When you've given off a 3rd litter to your mother, you will become a free agent. She'll give you a choice.
Definitely gonna get a clean mouse.
And that's pretty much the end of the quick one little shot. This campaign was only supposed to take about a half hour, or this adventure, to show people a little taste of what arachnid culture is like, and I hope you all got a slight look at the dark and feministic controlled world of the arachnids. Thank you for joining us.